This program is brought to you by Emory University.
As the incumbent, President Obama has a 4-year track record on which to run, and so he can make prospective promises, but people are going to judge him based on the results that he's delivered up until this point. And so because the economy is still very fragile, there are a lot of people who don't trust him, and they are really fearful about the future, so they may actually be open to an appeal for change from somebody else. I would anticipate that we're not going to see any changes in African American voting behavior in terms of who they identify with in terms of party and who they vote for. So I would expect that 90% or more of African Americans who vote in 2012 will vote for President Obama. 2012 is not 2008. This is not the opportunity to elect the first African American president because it's been done before. And given the fragile state of the economy, African Americans have a reason to be disappointed in their president. As a result of this, I don't expect that people are going to be as enthusiastic about returning to vote for President Obama, though they likely will not vote for a Republican candidate because Republicans don't align ideologically with most African Americans. Latinos are also disproportionately affected by the economy. They saw their wealth cut in half over the course of this recession, and they've also been disproportionately affected by unemployment as well. And so a lot of the concerns that face the African American community are also felt in the Latino community as well. The whole brainwashing episode reflects this tension within the African American community between group identity and individual identity. Most African Americans end up siding on the side of group identity. So most African Americans profess a belief in the idea of linked fate, that what happens to other blacks affects them. Those who have linked fate usually are much more supportive of expansive government and other strategies that will help to improve the overall quality of life for African Americans in the United States. I wouldn't expect African Americans to, by and large, switch their typical voting behavior to vote for a black Republican candidate just because they have the option of not having to factor the candidate's race into their decision calculus. They're going to vote on their partisan preferences, and they're going to vote on their policy preferences. And President Obama is much more aligned from a policy standpoint and from an ideological standpoint with the vast majority of African American voters than Herman Cain is. In order to be reelected, President Obama needs to preside over a growing economy. So President Obama needs to redouble his efforts, as he's doing now, to try to focus on job creation and improving the economy. So ultimately, at the end of the day, it's individual businesses that create jobs, but they need to know that there's an administration that is supportive of job creation and that is helping to create jobs and working with Congress to make that happen.
The preceding program is copyrighted by Emory University.